with the times.
To His Excellency, Daunivalu, High Commissioner of Fiji to Australia, Mr. Yogesh Karan, Permanent Secretary for the Office of the Prime Minister, Sugar Industry and Immigration, staff and colleagues from the Fiji Consulate and Department of Immigration, ladies and gentlemen, Bulavanaka, and welcome to the Fiji Consulate General and Trade Commission to Australia and New Zealand. My name is Daunivalu Stow, I'm the Acting Officer in charge here, and firstly let me thank you all for being here with us today. Also thank you to His Excellency and Mr. Karan, who have travelled from Canberra and Fiji respectively to be here with us for this event. The launch of Fiji's new ePassport enrolment kit here in Australia is a truly exciting occasion, not only for this office but for Fiji as well, and is the latest of a range of new developments that is bringing Fiji fully into the 21st century. This new kit follows the launch of our new website, with consular services being provided completely online, as well as the relocation of this office here to the Sydney CBD. When it was officially opened by the Honourable Prime Minister in October 2018, one of the key tasks of this office has been to ensure that consular services are delivered to the Fijian diaspora and Australian public in an effective and efficient manner. And in addition to the existing suite of consular services that we offer, the launch of this new ePassport kit will enable us to start accepting and processing new passport applications for the nearly 100,000 Fijians living in Australia, 60,000 of which reside here in New South Wales alone. We also provide important information for the over 370,000 Australians who visit Fiji each year, a number that is steadily increasing and continues to be the largest source of visitors to Fiji. These strong people-to-people links form the foundation of the enduring bilateral relationship between our two countries, demonstrated by the recent signing of the Vulvale Partnership in September last year by Prime Minister Morrison and Prime Minister Bainimarama. Vulvale, of course, means family in Itāukei language, and was chosen to reflect the depth, breadth and warmth of the relationship. But perhaps the best example of the strength of this relationship has been more recently, with the solidarity Fiji has shown in the wake of the devastating bushfires that have affected much of New South Wales and other parts of Australia. This has come not only in the form of words of support from the Honourable Prime Minister, but also in the form of direct assistance, with members of the RFMF being deployed to help those communities affected. And I'm sure you've all seen the viral footage that's been circulating online of RFMF engineers singing to express their thanks and gratitude to their hosts, and also to lift the spirits of those who have lost so much. It's with these few words that I'd like to thank you again for being here with us today, as we look forward to continuing our mission to provide effective consular services and contribute to the special relationship that Australia and Fiji share. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Yogesh Karan, Permanent Secretary of the Office of the Prime Minister, Sugar Industry and Immigration, to officially launch the new ePassport enrolment kit in Australia. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Karan.
Today is an important day for us. I don't want to make a long speech. I know it's a Thursday afternoon. It's still a business week, business day, when you all have to go back. But few things I thought to mention on this ePassport. Firstly, we'd like to apologize for the delay, because the introduction of the ePassport was, it happened in the time that the transition was beyond us, because we changed from the company which was traditionally supplying us for passport for almost a decade. And because of the features and things that we wanted to secure our border, we had to make a change. And during the time of the change, the company did not accept, or we did not accept to the terms and conditions. We could have cost the government so much more. So we have now secured the manufacturer, which is regarded the world's best in Germany, and we got a representative here. Bola. You are based in Sydney to provide support to us, but the head office is in Roding in Germany. This ePassport, the reason why we have done ePassport, because as you know, the border across the world has been facing so much of challenge of people getting in, and we don't want to come into a situation whereby someone that's not wanted enters Fiji. And it is important that we are very efficient in our border, on our border, and also a screen, we have very good screen that such person of interest do not enter Fiji for any other purpose other than what we want them for, and also any fraudulent activity like imaging or duplication of our passport. So the new ePassport that the High Commissioner is going to show and hand over, we'll give you those features which we've worked very hard. And it's a milestone that we've been able to implement this system in 6.5 months. Normally it takes about 18 months to 24 months to implement an ePassport solution, and you can verify with the representative of Molpower here. We launched the ePassport late last year, end of September in Fiji, and usually we do about 23,000 passports in 1 year. However, with this new system and the backlogs we are almost hitting 24,000 passports as of today. So the production time is really very fast. We're able to do 1 passport in 45 seconds. That's the speed that we have. And once the system is, the biometrics is loaded in the system, it takes 45 minutes to print a passport. So we have a system which is very high tech, and we are very proud that a country in Fiji, in the Pacific, has got this system in place. As part of government's 20-year national development plan, we want to modernize our all services of the government, and immigration is one where we get constant reminders about the delays. But really, we can only move if we have a digital system in place to do so, like what you find in Australia. For example, the ePassport is no longer filling of those forms that you need. It's all online, and you print the page. It'll give you a barcode, bring it to immigration, and that's it. That's all required. You don't have to send a picture and all that. And later on, we will be introducing our mobile system. For example, those that are physically challenged, cannot travel or come to our office this far or anywhere in the world, then we will be able to assist as best of possibility through our diplomatic missions, or wherever we are traveling, we can take the kit and do the enrollments simultaneously, and it will hit straight to our system back in Suva, and we can do the passport immediately. So these are some of the key features that by bringing such system in Fiji, the security features of the passport. So the polycarbonated biodata page, 7 layers of security. It is a very thin films, laminated, which you will see as 1 page, but in fact it's 7 pages, and each layer has got its own feature. So some you can see with naked eyes, otherwise with special lights, handheld devices, and the third one is will be through forensic inspection, which can be only done in very high-tech labs. The whole idea is to have the system in all our diplomatic missions. We have successfully done in London. Wellington was last week. Sydney is this week. After this, we are going to implement the system in Washington, then Brussels, then Abu Dhabi, Japan, and after that, all the remaining missions, our systems will be up and running. We are linked with Interpol and the International Border Management System. So very quickly, we are able to detect or identify anyone of interest. This last week, we deported 9 people out of Fiji because we had leads, and because of the systems we had very quick, the raids were carried out, and we found these people being on the plane and out of Fiji. So the message is that if you come to Fiji with some other intentions, we'll catch you very quickly. The next phase of next 2 phases with the immigration department will be smart gates. That's our next project. We're going to put smart gates so that the visitors coming in are able to get in very quickly and out very quickly. We don't have queues at the airports, and simultaneously we'll also want to digitize our other services such as the visas. We want to have electronic visa system, all the work permits that one applies for, or investor permit. We want to put everything online, so that is a quicker processing time. But nonetheless, with the current system, we are perhaps the fastest in the Pacific, whereby the work permits we do it within 21 days, plus and minus few days. But still, we are much faster than what we were before, or a few years ago. Similarly, with the dual citizenship, processing time is 60 days. There could be some delays if the documentations are not in order, but more so, we want to streamline all these services so any Fijian living anywhere in the world is able to access immigration online and its services. It's a evolution in the system of immigration in Fiji, and I must say that it's been an exciting time to implement these systems. I know that it has caused some disturbance in terms of time to all of you, some of you here, and we deeply apologize. But any such system, when you implement, there are unexpected delays that we also faced. But nonetheless, now that our passport is one that is matched up to any developed country. One of the reasons that we wanted an e-passport, because we are trying very hard to get a visa-free status when you travel to Europe for the Schengen visa, and other countries too, where Fiji is we are required to get visa. It's very costly because these visa processing agencies are not in Fiji, and one has to travel to either Wellington or to Sydney or to Philippines to get visas, and it's very costly. So we want to ensure that given time, we should have visa-free status. In fact, at every meeting that we have with the Prime Ministers or Head of States we put this first thing on the agenda is our visa-free status. And we have had success in this, but we're not going to stop there. We're going to continue. Next month, we're having a political dialogue with the European Union, and that again will be first on the agenda. I've already spoken to the new European ambassador about our visa-free status, and we will escalate it at every opportunity that we find. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I once again thank you for coming over to witness this event, and also appreciate and thank you sincerely on behalf of the government of Fiji for the patience that some of you or your families or friends had to wait for the passport. But simply we had to control the issuance of the old passport because we didn't want a case whereby somebody sick needing medical attention or for some very important reason is denied to travel outside Fiji. So we avoided that case, and we are successful that no one was deprived of a very emergency urgent need to travel. And likewise, I want to put on record and thank the Australian government and the New Zealand government for allowing our citizens to travel on the identification card when the need was there. So on that, I really thank them for the cooperation. And the High Commissioner did a fantastic job in facilitating the request of Fiji through his counterparts here, the Secretary, and we were able to get approval. So Commissioner, thank you very much for your lead role in making that happen. So without much of the, without saying much further, I'd like to thank you, and Commissioner, thank you for coming all the way from Canberra. Then thank you very much.
Thank you, Permanent Secretary, for your kind remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to proceed with the handing out of the new e-passports to some of our recipients here with us this afternoon. I'm going to kindly ask my colleague Mosesa if he can have the names and the passports ready, and we're also going to kindly ask Your Excellency if you're able to do the honours by handing over the passports.
And Permanent Secretary for Immigration, Mr. Yogesh, Karan, and Permanent Secretary of the Prime Minister's Office. Firstly, I would like to thank our two colleagues that are here. In fact, we were supposed to hand out 4 passports today. The other 2 maybe still finding their way to the office. So I must take this opportunity to thank the 2 that are here with us today. They have to give up their Australia Day long weekend to come in for enrollment so that they can get their passport today. If they didn't do that, I think this launch will not take place. But I must thank you for sacrificing your time with your family and the holiday that you had during the Australia Day to come in and do the enrollment, hence the launching today. I will now ask the 2 of you to, I'll call out your name and then you receive your passport from His Excellency the High Commissioner. That completes this section in giving out passports, because the other two has not tendered.
Thank you, Ursi, and thank you, Your Excellency. I might kindly ask if you wouldn't mind just saying a couple of words. I've been instructed to.
Well, the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Yogesh, Karan, dear friends and colleagues, it's a pleasure to be here with you this afternoon to celebrate the launching of the biometrics machine for Fijian passports here in Australia. And I think all those living in Sydney are particularly fortunate that the first biometrics machine is being established here. And here is really going to be the primary location for the processing of Fijian passports with new and more secure features. So I'm very privileged and delighted to be a part of this occasion. And I know many of our compatriots in other states are very keen and eager to have their own passport applications processed, and so that they can also receive, as we witnessed this afternoon, their new passports. As we understand, this is important in this day and age where travel and access to other countries is crucial for business, for economy, and for trade, and just to establish people-to-people links for our relations with other countries and with our friends, families overseas. So it's a wonderful event this evening, and on behalf of the High Commission and the staff of the Consul General and Trade Commission here in Australia, in Sydney, I want to thank the Permanent Secretary for availing himself to make time to be here with us this afternoon. As you would understand, a lot of work has gone into this, and so he has been spearheading that under the patronage of the Minister for Immigration. And so we are very appreciative for the effort that has been put in, which raises the status and the standards for Fiji to make it compatible with so many countries, as you have heard the Permanent Secretary himself mention. So we want to thank also the staff of the Immigration Office who have been here for the past 3 days and who will constantly be assisting us here in Australia in ensuring that there are no hiccups, that there will be a constant flow of the applications and the processes that will make it efficient, as has been underscored by the Permanent Secretary. So once again, thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the formalities for this afternoon's event. But if I could just say thank you all so much for being here with us to celebrate, as I said before, a truly exciting occasion. Again, thank you to His Excellency and to the Permanent Secretary for travelling to be here with us, to the staff at the Fiji Consulate, and also our counterparts at the Immigration Department as well. Thank you very much for your assistance. But please, by all means, do stay, enjoy our hospitality, enjoy each other's company. We have lots of refreshments at the back, so please do stick around and enjoy the conversation.